I am not really fond of showing up places where I'm not invited. So I didn't show up to LeeAnne's bachelorette party or her shower uninvited, and I don't think they should have shown up to the happy hour uninvited. You know, at first I had my little breakdown. I cried a little bit because I was upset. Of course, it's something I've struggled with my weight my whole life. It's no secret. We've talked about it for a few years. And last year I did gain some weight because I had a traumatic year, and personally and professionally, and it hurt my feelings. And I think that when you start to talk about someone's appearance as that's a really low blow. And I was surprised, maybe not as surprised as, I should have maybe not have been surprised, but I was pretty surprised because she knows the triggers and the buttons that really upset me and hurt me. And that was one that she knew not to cross that line, but she did. I have not spoken to her, no. She did leave me a message, but it was kind of duplicitous in my opinion because she had tweeted out something really nasty about me that night because of something referring to my podcast, which is a comedy, and a private conversation. And then 8 hours later, she called me to apologize. I'm like, you know what, this isn't a real apology because otherwise you wouldn't have tweeted out something negative about me. If you really were sorry, then I think it was more of like, oh, the publicist called and said you have to do this because it's the right thing, otherwise you look bad. So, I mean, that's the honest truth. Well, I want to respond with, first of all, humor, because I think it's actually funny that, I mean, your retaliation is coming towards me with the same thing you were upset about last year. But last night, Andy actually called my husband Rich at Watch What Happens Live, and I said, oh, maybe Jessica's in the audience too. So it was like, I mean, it's so funny. I didn't even really have to talk about her to give it life because, I mean, I think when you start defending things a lot, constantly, it shows there maybe is some truth to them. But when you just let it go and brush it aside, people forget about it because, you know, there's nothing to it. I am a person who forgives everyone because my religious belief, I'm a Christian, and God says we have to forgive. He forgives us. And so I did forgive LeeAnne. I have forgiven LeeAnne. Now she continues to attack me and assault me, and you know, it just goes on and on. I don't know that the friendship will ever be what it was at one time. However, I have to forgive her because that's just the way I believe. But that doesn't mean you have to promote or you know, give credence to somebody's actions. If their actions are continuing to be dubious and the way she is, I can't say, yeah, that's okay, and stand up for her. I can't back her up, but I can forgive her, and because I have to. Jeremy's like me. Jeremy's so easygoing, and he knew that she was being retaliatory, and he understood that. He is very upset. He's more upset, I think, at Rich than at LeeAnne. So they've never had a conversation since last year. But, you know, we'll see what happens the next few months.
I don't give a so yes, it is.
No, he's not.
Yes, it is, because you're making the point about Deandra, and I got news for you. It's my wedding.
I know.
It's about me.
At the time, it was hard because all the other girls were going and they were involved in the parties and the festivities. And 3 years ago, I, of course, would have been involved, and I would have probably given her a party. But probably good that I didn't have to give a party this year since I'm poor. You know, $200 wouldn't go far in the wedding shower, in the wedding shower world. But actually, I mean, I think it was a good thing because it would have probably been uncomfortable for everyone, for myself, and I know Jeremy wouldn't have gone to the wedding at all. So, and I didn't want to do anything that would put an impediment to their special day and to the love that they share and the excitement and the, you know, the sacred time that they were having at that church and the reception. So me being there was probably the best thing for me not to be there, actually. I will definitely watch it because, first of all, I have to. I have to live tweet, so what am I going to tweet about if I'm not watching the show? So, yeah, I'll watch it. I mean, I'm interested to see what a $4.5 million wedding, you know, looks like. That's something I'm interested to see. And, you know, because I had a beautiful wedding that was not anywhere near that. So, I mean, and I want to see kind of how, you know, what people, I want to see what they did and what, how fun it was, and the ceremony and the reception and just different things, different aspects of it. Probably the very last day of filming, which is, I don't know if you've seen the mid-season trailer. I'm in the blue dress, and I say, you can't say things like that, and everybody in America agrees with me, or everybody in the world agrees with me. That was the last day I saw her.
With D'Andra and LeeAnne,
Yeah.
I'm friends with both of them. I love them both, and I feel like it's their situation. Because she always says it. It's like, and now I find myself saying it, but it's their problem to work out at the end of the day. Like, you can try to be there for both of them and help them reach reconciliation, but at the end of the day, they have to put, one of them has to put it aside and just.
And they probably won't.
Yeah.
Their egos are too big.
I think that where we are today, they're probably right. It's difficult we can be in the same room, obviously, but I have found that for me to move forward, I have done what I feel is right in my heart with regards to LeeAnne by apologizing and extending an olive branch, but she continues to break it. So every time I say, okay, let me extend one more action of grace towards you, but you need to do this. You need to, do a double flip, a somersault, and a triple axel now, because that, double flip wasn't okay by itself. So it's always gonna be a new condition. So whatever I do, LeeAnne's not gonna be satisfied. Now it's a game. And I have integrity at the end of the day as well. It's not about ego, because if it was about my ego, I wouldn't have apologized, but I did apologize and I did the right thing. And now she's got to say, okay, I either accept the apology or I don't accept the apology, and I do not want a friendship. And I feel like that's where the door is closed as she continues to put out the newest condition, the new obstacle course, the new game on Survivor Island that I have to excel at and complete and make her satisfied, which, I have to go on with my life, and I've left this in the past. I'm done with this. I'm not doing any more somersaults.